You want me to start? Hello and welcome to the 2025 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League. It's week 5, it's group 5, and we've got ourselves a vodcast here with major playoff implications. I am Quinn Patrick. We've got Shahali and RG tracking, and restreaming and joining me in the booth is Cyberdark. How you doing, Cyberdark?
I'm doing pretty good, and yourself?
Like always, I'm excited for this race. This one did already happen. It's in the books, but I don't know how it ends. Full disclosure, I have looked at the post about how the playoff scenarios are playing out, so I'm not completely unspoiled. But for the sake of that, we're just going to. I'm just going to act like it's what we knew at the beginning of the week. 17, you're definitely in. 16, you at least get a play-in race, and 15, you have a shot. Uh, and what do we see here? We got Chadbert and Kigalas on 13, Ryguy and Artorious on 12. So that means that everyone here could potentially get at least 17. But if you're last place in this race, you're out.
Yep. So we're all fighting or everyone here is fighting to get into the playoffs. Assuming they want to do stair shuffle next week. I mean, who would want to do that?
Yeah, this is definitely one of the most important races of this week. The flag set we're looking at, it's Chaos is back, but this time the training wheels are off. The map is full size, keys are required, it's fast XP instead of very fast. The potential here for tough seeds is much higher than it was the last time we played Chaos in week 1. And in week 4, you get some bad ones, but you're pretty likely to get bailed out by one or two of those tri-states. No more. Nothing here is tri-stated. There's going to be treasure guards in every possible spot. There's going to be summer sale, but no randomized prices, so stuff won't be super cheap. And we've thrown in heal, hurt before more. That's kind of a sneaky one. You can forget that it's there, but we will not be seeing hurt more before hurt. We will not be seeing heal more before heal, which generally pushes those spells later.
Yep. And with no further ado, let's get this started. Thank you much to Archfield for splicing this all together, so all I have to do is push play once.
You're getting the speech from the king, and we'll get to see what is in these starting chests. It is completely randomized, no chance of vanilla chest contents as we may have gotten used to. And it's the armor right away, so if you were hoping for a tough one, maybe wait a little longer. And they start with the repel spell, so they can keep that key.
Return, yeah. Yes, they set the
Return, yeah.
key.
And they are right on the northern edge of this full-size map.
I imagine most of them are going to go ahead and have a couple fights first. Raikai's back in. He's definitely going to save, try to keep this key, just in case.
Yeah, Ryguy's going to get that knowledge as soon as possible. The trouble is, at level 1, maybe Erdrick's sword is in that treasury, but there's going to be a treasure guard on it. So even if there is, you probably can't get it at level 1. You'd have to be pretty lucky.
We do have
A
12
torch,
strength to
though,
start, but
as RG is pointing out, a torch might do the trick. But it looks like there wasn't anything in there. Or no one checked?
I didn't see anyone check, but
Yeah, it was weird. I glanced over at chat and suddenly everyone's, done saving and back outside. So, okay, Ryguy's going back in. Gonna walk all the way around. It looks like he may have found some money.
he wanted gold for more keys.
See, Artorious up there is already level 4. I did not catch what he was able to kill. But they're Kigalas, that must have been a Scorpion. It looks like Scorpions are the first pick. They're worth 64 experience and 206 gold, which is just enough to buy a few keys.
Very nice.
But that skeleton is going to make short work of Kigalas. And now Artorious is trying the Droll Magi, gets rewarded with 48 experience, not quite as good as the Scorpion. No huge finds yet, but it's still early.
Gold, curse belt, and a spare magic key in the treasury.
That spare key is pretty big. You could just go in there, grab the gold, and then open up the back and buy your keys, which it looks like, I think Ryguy already had some money from a Scorpion, but they're all keyed up now. No worries about keys. Although you do have to be careful, because with the random chest locations, you could end up needing to use a lot more keys than you normally would, and it's easy to run out.
Yeah, you can't forget. You got to keep an eye on your keys. You'll see a lot of our players probably going into the item menu to use them rather than just store.
And here, Ryguy is the first to check under the castle, and he discovers Garen's grave. He had the Radiant spell to make it easier to investigate, but he also finds a nasty werewolf, which will send him home no problem at level 5. And even with Erdrick's armor, the corpses are piling up outside Tandagel here. Kigalas already at 4 deaths in under 4 minutes.
Yeah, we don't know what these enemies bring, so you're trying to fight them. Of course, you need the experience. You want hurt and hurt more. You want heal and heal more. So you have to work through really to be able to do a whole lot. Erdrick's armor is great for healing, but when you've got nothing else and you've got to walk to heal, it's not doing a whole lot for you.
Yeah, you can kind of step out of those hills and walk around on the trees. I don't know, it's not a super common scenario that Erdrick's armor is your only source of healing in the early game. It looks like Artorious is actually defense breaking this warlock that he must have found in the grave. He can't get away from it at only 21 agility.
We've got Caitlin here for Ryguy. See what you're going to pick up. Not really a whole lot we can afford yet. Other than
Yeah, the Flame Sword and Magic Armor not discounted all that much. And they're going to be pretty expensive anyway. You could run back and grab those gold chests from the treasury and be pretty set.
Going to take a small shield, though. I mean, oh, right, and we can check the coordinates fairly easy. We have keys and we have the armor.
Yeah, so we're going to get that knowledge while Chadbert works on a Demon Knight. Looks like Kigalas is, too. 27 south, 28 east. Almost a perfect diagonal line from the castle. And I think that's pretty countable. And with the help of the treasure guard, it's easier to find.
Not forgetting the chest down here in Cantlin, Lower Cantlin. It's more gold.
I wonder if Chadbert ran into this Demon Knight on top of a chest and he thinks it's a treasure guard? Oh, he runs away, though, and discovers that it is not a treasure guard. And the chest contained some trash.
You know, I've watched a couple of these this week. I don't think I've seen anyone run away to figure out if it's a chest or not.
Yeah, you usually most of the time prefer to just swing, although in that case, he was defense broken by the Demon Knight, and the runaway turned into a good option. Here, Ryguy's already counting. Kigalas couldn't finish off that warlock and got sent home. That thing must have massive agility.
So it looks like it could be a bunch of experience to level 7. Nobody's gotten there yet.
Yeah, highest right now is Artorious at 496, I think, unless Kigalas is higher. And it looks like Ryguy may have found the treasure right here, but it's another Demon Knight.
Not doing a whole lot of damage to it.
He is properly hitting it. It's not defense breaking him. And down it goes, worth 197, so jot that down.
And it's
And
the
he finds
sword.
the sword!
Well, I guess we'll be hitting the next one for a little bit more.
Yeah, and those demon knights run free in graves, so the knowledge for that grind is there. That would definitely be the best grind we have so far. And here, Ryguy finds Swamp North. Skeleton's worth 31, but with the added attack power from the sword, Ryguy is able to take them down in one hit. But they also pack hurt more, as Artorious just discovered. And the Wolf Lord's at 125. And finally, level 7 comes with a healthy dose of MP.
Wow,
Not
64.
not a lot to cast with it yet, but that stat is coming in. The strength, agility, and HP looking a little low, though, in comparison.
That's 32 radiance. That's all we need.
You could go up and down the grave about 15 times.
No, looks like Ryguy's going in the back of Garenham. Gets an herb.
Yeah, that lucky Garenham backdoor, right as Kigalas discovers Cantlin, so he may not be far off from getting his own sword. Kind of what we've seen here is that the runners, Artorious, Kigalas, and Chadbert kind of opted to stick close to start, grind out some experience points before going out, while Ryguy was more ambitious. But Ryguy's exploration led to him making discoveries on enemy rewards and finding that sword, which allowed him to come out basically in the experience lead anyway. Although Artorious has pulled back ahead while Ryguy explored Garenham.
Well, we've got a Stone's Cave with nothing in it whatsoever.
The Old Man of Poverty, it's a bad omen.
Like 3 Sparko tiles there on Ryguy's screen at the one time. And these red dragons are going down to one single hit. 148 experience, not too bad.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Artorious is being so diligent here with this starting zone grind. Ordinarily, that's a good strategy, but it's not a phenomenal grind. He's taking, those Droll Magi for 40-something, and gotta think we know that there's something better out there. Gotta think that he's thinking about it.
Yeah, it's that age-old question. Do you stay and grind, or do you try to explore? Because in this case, exploring is going to be finding Cantlin, which brings you to Erdrick's sword.
I do have to be careful about my judgmental statements about players' strategy, since in this case, they are in the chat and can respond directly to me. But yeah, Artorious doing great, making great decisions.
Well, Chadbert now hits level 7. At 688, so Kigalas not too far away.
Yeah, this is looking like another pretty nasty random experience requirements situation. 1100 XP and still level 7. That would be enough for level 9 in standard flags.
The metal slime is good for 6 experience.
I wonder what that would be if scaled metals was on.
Level 7, probably 2.
Isn't 7 where it first becomes normal, or 8? He takes another one for the
Yeah.
145 gold.
Yeah, they're basically Goldman. Really.
It looks like those red dragons are what he's really here for, and he's going to run away from the Spectre. And now Chadbert, if he is lucky here, will find out about the red dragon if he didn't already. And I just noticed that Kigalas has a hand axe. So Ryguy, the only one with Erdrick's sword, but does not have a monopoly on weapons.
No, Kigalas was in Cantlin as well and picked up the hand axe. I think he got the coordinates, but I guess hasn't looked for them yet.
Yeah, that surprises me a little bit because, you know, that's a really super countable set of coordinates, even with, or especially with treasure guards on. So maybe he's afraid of that treasure guard. Maybe he just thinks, let me get a couple more, let me get another level here because surely it can't be that far away, as Artorious said.
Ryguy going down to the grave, going to reattempt that now that he has a sword and some armor.
Yeah, should be a much sounder decision now. And you got those Demon Knights that are just delicious now that you've got Erdrick's sword. And there goes 1500. That's standard flags level 10 and still not level 8.
And I'm sure we just saw how much we needed on Chadbert's side, but I forgot to look.
Yeah,
There we go,
forget to look when I'm
1721.
playing, so.
Actually, Ryguy just hit level 9 at 1721, skipped over level 8 altogether.
Yeah, and some big stat gains there. I saw some double digits.
So in that case, Artorious is pretty close to hitting level 8 or 9 here.
The Metal Scorpion hits for 71. That is
Nice.
a mighty sting.
Another 521 to level 10. So we're looking at around 2300.
That was 71 damage with Erdrick's armor on. So that's got to be a really big... I'm sure if, you know, Beto was in chat, he would tell us exactly how much attack power that corresponds to on the metal, but definitely a big number. It's enough. Yeah, and the Metal Scorpion, however, also has Hurt and Stop spell, so most of the time against it you're probably okay, but when it does decide to swing, it's a Russian roulette. And the Green Dragon as well hits for 74. And maybe what's even scarier about these Metal Scorpions is you can't run away from them. Maybe a sleep spell would help, but there it took Ryguy 3 tries to get away. And that green dragon making itself known, Chadbert discovering it there, getting sent home, as Artorious gets level 9, straight from level 7, it looked like the same as Ryguy.
Wings in the bottom of Swamp, that cave, that chest there.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen any treasure-guarded chests yet. There's a chest in the, I think, Fairy Water spot in Grave, the first Deep Grave vanilla spot.
That's flute.
Yeah, just a little musical accompaniment there. And Ryguy meets the Green Dragon, so that grave is filled with grave danger. Both the Metal Scorpion and the Green Dragon on patrol.
Yeah, I'd maybe leave it alone for another little while. Get some more defense and strength, maybe, and possibly agility too.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what route Ryguy was taking through Grave, but there are only 3 spots left down there that could potentially have chests that he didn't see, so not a super high chance that that there's something down there that he needs, but it's not impossible. But Ryguy is going to seize the opportunity to do a gold grind, and he will be purchasing for himself a silver shield, if indeed there is one in Cantlin or Garenham.
I know we've seen one, I just don't remember where.
Not in Garenham, no shields at all there.
RG confirming that the bottom shop in Cantlin had one.
Oh man, and the Green Dragon reaps another soul since Kigalas home. So far, we haven't seen a single attack from that Green Dragon that did less damage than any of our runners' max health. And there's another one for Chadbert.
Ooh, red slime doing 24 damage. And yeah, oh wow, yeah. A couple of hits, it takes Artorious down.
Red slimes just feel like bad luck in these.
And there's Ryguy's silver shield, all kitted out.
Yeah, so Ryguy already has the best possible equipment, but as a testament to how poor the agility is, that only gets his defense up to 62. They're hoping for a lot more agility before the end game.
I saw Healmore show up at level 10 there for Kigalas.
Yeah, it'll take 1 extra hit point there, but heal more will help.
Ooh, the Spectre for 295 Artorious just found.
That will probably help him. Is this not the same zone he's been grinding all along?
It looks really similar, maybe just on a different line.
Maybe it's only just now he's able to get those specters, or he's been getting them this whole time we didn't notice, because he does have a lot of experience. Almost as good as the...
Sleep and baby breath, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kigalas running away from them too. That's the danger in these chaos flags. You get an enemy that, you know, at the early levels is really annoying, so you kind of avoid it. But then when you're able to kill it at later levels, you don't realize that it's worth a whole lot of experience.
Man, those green dragons are just randomly placed landmines out there. Ryguy gets one.
Chadbert upgrades to a broadsword here in Garenham.
And Artorious actually saved up for a flame sword. So, one runner finds Erdrick's sword, the rest adapt. Kind of surprised no one else has gotten it yet.
Yeah, Kigalas has gotten coordinates, but I guess never went for it. And I'm assuming Artorious is going to get coordinates here.
Yeah, I suspect Artorious will just go for it, since he just did that huge grind, and looking for a lead, and he gets one. It's also going to grab this chest, which I don't think has anything significant in it. Just some money.
This Drake, he's a tank.
Worth only 68. That will be enough to get Chadbert over the level 7 hump. But he actually threads the needle and only grabs level 8 instead of going all the way to 9. Looks like Ryguy has discovered the Spectre and is fighting them in this forest zone. That looks like it might be the same as the starting zone.
So far, the Drakies have been underwhelming. No murder bets tonight. Yeah, it seems everyone's just on an exploration right now, trying to find something new.
Yeah, Kigalas trying an Armored Knight, but it hits him for 17. It's a little scary. He could have heal moored and kept the fight going, but decides to cut his losses and hits return.
Ah,
Gonna
now
try
it starts
taunting.
count. And Artorious gets the sword.
And now the dam is opened, and we're going to start seeing everyone get that sword, I think, pretty soon.
Chadbert hits level 10, gets that heal more.
The werewolves casting Sleep and hitting for decent damage almost kills Artorious, but he gets away in time. Kigalas tries searching all over here. I think he's pretty far off, and he will see a treasure guard on the spot. Looks like he's not thinking about that.
So I'm pretty sure it's up in the forest tiles, and he just had a demon knight run away from him. He could have been on that tile.
Yeah, Kigalas is in trouble here. He's not even close. And the Green Dragon, 83. I think that's a new high watermark for the Green Dragon.
Yeah, that's one of those enemies with a bunch. And that's almost 3,000 experience to level 12?
That's a huge level. That's pretty bad. Be around 6,000 or more. Yeah, it'll be
pretty
right
close
around
to 6.
Yeah, 6,000 experience to get level 12. That's awfully bad. You would be level 15. No, 15 is at 7,500.
And there's that demon knight, and he gets pushed back when he runs.
There he goes. Oh, there it is.
Alright, everyone has Erdrick's sword now.
Yeah, this was looking like a baby seat at the start with the armor early and a pretty early sword, but these experience gaps. We could be here a while.
Yep, I think the next big thing we're looking for is probably Mountain Cave.
Yeah, although with the random chest locations, you never really know what the next big thing is because all those towns have chests, and I think Hawksness is still out there, as well as Cole.
Hawksness, Cole, Breckenary, Rimmeldar, they all have chests in them. Thank you for the raid, Ziggy. How's it going? Ryguy just pushing away at these Red Dragons and Specters.
I mean, if he's got Red Dragons and Specters in the same zone, that's phenomenal. That's like an A+ grind by the standards of this flag set. There's the Spectre up on screen. Nothing really to write home about in terms of stats. Low enough attack that they are prone to running away, but that 50% sleep is probably the biggest thing to worry about. For 295 gold or 295 experience, probably worth it.
There we go, level 12 at 6014. 12 power, 9 speed, 2 hit points, 4 magic.
Wow, Ryguy just absolutely wiped out that huge experience gap by finding this phenomenal zone. And Kigalas is pinned down by one of those nasty metal scorpions. Gets away.
My guess now is that Ryguy is going to grind here until he has ghost stats, and then start looking for everything. Or what we assume will be ghost stats, because chaos.
Honestly, that's, I think, a pretty good strategy, seeing how great this zone is. You know, you already have the sword and the armor, which are the two things that could really help you do it faster. So, really just saving yourself the time of walking back here after you're done collecting everything.
Another green dragon takes her Artorious, I believe.
Yeah, Zhoof breaking out the EMP's Green Dragon emote, which has never been more appropriate than in this seed.
No, that's the grave for Artorious now. Gonna find the metal scorpions.
Prize fighting it. Maybe he hasn't seen one before. He's had a sheltered upbringing, sticking to that starting zone for most of the seed.
And it's just casting hurt over and over again.
But, I mean, this metal scorpion is a beast. Decently high agility, making it hard to get away from. Tons of attack power, and now, as we are seeing, plenty of HP, too. And it is worth just nothing. So be looking for that metal scorpion in Charlock. That thing is a menace.
And Kigalas goes down to another green dragon. $12 was around 6,000 XP, roughly. Oh, and Ryguy already up to 8,500 and has not hit 13.
Yeah, so those long levels aren't relenting, but I mean, at this pace, even if he had to go to, 25 or something, it wouldn't take too long. The zone here is just so great.
Two of our runners at least engraved now. I'm not sure where Chadbert is. Based on the fact that he's fighting a middle scorpion, probably engrave.
Yep, that is the natural wildlife in Garen's grave. And there's that green dragon. Artorious manages to get away.
And apparently Artorious found token engraved somewhere.
Oh no, and the knight as well! Hitting for 88! That, Garen's grave is the real Charlock tonight. So apparently, Erdrick's token was actually engraved in the bottom right chest on the 3rd floor, in that kind of little cubby hole down there.
Okay, you take the bottom right staircase in the foreroom, I think.
Yeah. So everyone's gonna have to go down there at some point and brave the knights and the green dragons and the metal scorpions. I think all four of these runners have taken their share of licks against the grave zone. Meanwhile, Ryguy has crested 10,000 experience and still level 12. Oh, and there he gets
There
it.
we go.
3 power, 4 agility, 17 hit points, 4 MP.
Now the real question is, how much to 14?
Yeah, that agility's still a little scary, only 45. You're hoping that goes up a little bit by the time the HP and the strength are high enough. Kigalas slept by the werewolf. Man, that grave is scary.
Alright, Chadbert on the Magic Wyvern again. This is the treasure guard for the token.
It
Well,
runs away.
Ryguy hit 14, they're at around 11,700. HP got a really good boost. Agility's still not great, strength is still low too. But hey, level 15.
8 strength, 17 agility, 5 hit points, and 5 MP. That's starting to look a little bit maybe like a go level.
Yeah, 125 attack, 82 defense is pretty good. HP is at 117, MP at 101. It's possible, but I'd still like at least another level.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely scenarios where you win on that, but seeing how nasty those Charlock zones are bound to be, you might want a little more. Here he's swinging at the green. We might finally get to see one go down.
Still hitting him for 47.
This is a watershed moment in the history of this seed. He scores a critical hit for 116. It
The
still
dragon kills
lives. That is insane.
Welp. That could be our spike tile, one of our spike tiles.
That's an incredible monster.
Oh, and chat's telling us 7908 to next level. Wow. 16 is a good
no,
ways away.
I think you're going to want it if those green dragons and metal scorpions are on the way down and God knows what else.
And Ryguy gonna reattempt the grave now. Hopefully picks up his token down here.
Yeah, he has a solid shot of making it to the bottom here. He's much stronger than anyone else was on their attempts. He actually has enough HP to survive hits from the knights and the green dragons. He shouldn't have too much of a problem here unless he gets run blocked a lot or something like that, or put to sleep.
And Chadbert is on the gold grind. Hopefully getting enough. Now, he doesn't have Erdrick's sword yet, so maybe enough for a flame and a silver.
Yeah, Chadbert pretty far behind in terms of getting stuff that he's going to need.
Oh, hey, that's Mountain Cave on Artorious side.
Yeah, using that Radiant spell to peek around the walls and see what's there. No treasure guards here, though, just a Cursed Belt. So Hawksness and Cole are definitely high priorities at this point.
Ryguy tries to door the chest.
I can never get over just how senseless the interface in this game is. Like, why can't you just press a button to open the chest? Who knows?
Oop, a death necklace there.
So that actually narrows things down. If we have enough cursed belts to confirm that Hawksness and Cole are both populated, then those are definitely going to be the stones in the heart.
I think we've seen 2 maybe so far.
And besides that death necklace, the mountain cave is coming up. Bubkiss.
Chadbert did get a flame sword there.
Ryguy's gonna try the spike tile down here. He does have to check. Oh, it's that knight, and it dodges. He has to check the princess's room to see if her treasure chest is there. Oh man, but the
90.
knight punches him for 90.
Ryguy has enough of this and swings and gets it.
Worth 95. If that were, if that were a reliable Hurtmore kill, that might not be a terrible grind, but it's probably not. They don't have Hurtmore, but there is a chest here next to the princess.
Artorious, meanwhile, in Rimmildar, the first chest in the inn has nothing, and I don't think he sees a chest in the town hall there. Although honestly, I'm not sure if he went over far enough to notice one.
Yeah, right now, all indications are pointing toward Hawksness and Cole as being our target locations. Just not a lot. Even if we haven't seen enough curse belts, there's just not a lot else to left to find.
Oh, hey, Artorious has found Brecken area. There's 2 chests in here.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that key count.
Finds wings. And gold. No treasure guards there. Nothing important. Nothing to buy. He's gonna get out of there.
Doesn't even want the inn.
The little land bridge there, 1 tile wide. Always gotta watch out for those. Kigalas having a close call in the grave with the werewolf. Has he gotten... I don't think he's gotten his token yet, so he's on his way there. But just every enemy in this grave is a potential death. And Ryguy is a close call with a metal scorpion. Gets sneak attacked by it and then runs away, which we've seen can fail. He was down low enough that a couple of hurts could have finished him off. But he gets away. And Artorious has found a zone that looks like he wants to grind in, but at 5,172 experience, he has some catching up to do.
Yeah, looking like we're going to need probably around 18k, maybe more.
Yeah, and Ryguy is just way, way ahead of the rest of the field on experience. 12,214, a 7,000 point advantage over Artorious and Chadbert, and nearly as much, 5,000 over Kigalas.
Kigalas heading for the deepest part of grave here.
Yeah, he must have the token if he's going down here.
Artorious
But the Stone Man...
Actually, I saw a Stone Man earlier. It didn't look too bad to kill them.
Just a little bit of a close shave. Artorious grabs a big fat nothing in Tablet Cave. and gets stung by the Metal Scorpion. Sent home.
Kigalas gets away from a green dragon, thank God, gets a torch in the bottom of grave.
Swings on a knight, probably looking for the death, which he gets, and he is able to leave. Might do his own gold grind now and get a silver shield. If the tracking is correct, Chadbert bought a flame sword, but not a silver shield, which, considering how convenient the Erdrick sword actually is just a incredibly feels bad man type of decision.
I'm not sure if he's seen Catelyn, honestly.
He must not have, because if he did, he would have Erdrick sword and a silver shield.
Chihali confirming what I was thinking there. I don't think he's found it at all. I know he got the flame sword in Garenham.
And Kigalas doing his gold grind, so he'll have a silver shield. But right now, things looking pretty rough for Chadbert in terms of this race. If he finishes third, he still has a shot. But any worse than that, and you're going home.
Ryguy wants to outside and try to stop Spill.
And not as bad as what I've recently found myself doing, which is trying to cast Repel and casting Return instead.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst ones, I think. The return spell is always bad to cast if you're too far away.
It's basically a self-inflicted death.
Kigalas now ready to buy a silver shield.
Ryguy has found Hawksness.
No alternate chest location here, but we do have our... Oh no, a middle scorpion.
A very high chance of something important under this Metal Scorpion. Thankfully, most of the time, they just throw out useless spells. So, 9 turns out of 10, they're not scary, but the rest of the time, even if he got hit, he could have heal Mordic because he had enough HP to take it. But he will find the Stones of Sunlight.
Drops a curse belt to pick it up. We've got 147 HP and 201 attack.
So that agility actually not super high, but yeah, that attack power pretty scary.
Not resistant to hurt at all, so a couple of hurt mores would take it out, but you might need up to 3.
Yeah, it's just, again, it's a game of Russian roulette there with that low chance to attack, but needing lots of swings to get through them.
A green dragon takes down Chadbert.
Yep, that's another one. And Ryguy finds some fairy water in the inn in Cole. And there's another one for the green dragon, Kigalas that time. And Artorious back on the grind in that starting zone looking for the Spectres. Fortunately not as good as the zone that Ryguy found with Spectres and Red Dragons, but still decent. He does have a lot of catching up to do, though, to pull even with Ryguy.
I just noticed Ryguy killed a Drakima that time for 258 experience.
Yeah, another thing that Schmeik is pointing out is not only is that level 16 super, super far away, it is also locking away Sleep and Hurtmore, which are both very helpful spells, Sleep especially in this flag set.
Hurtmore, actually not as much. Can be if you get it early, but getting it late is not really a big deal.
Yeah, Hurtmore isn't quite as much of a silver bullet in Chaos as it usually is in standard flags, but there, Kigalas decides to check the spike tile before the princess and immediately is punched into the next dimension by that knight.
Ryguy just uses last key to get that chest in Breckenary. I'm assuming he knows where Remildar is to get more. I don't think it's too far away from where he is.
Really, the storyline right now is, can anyone catch Ryguy? If Ryguy does win the race, that will put him at 17 points, which is a guaranteed playoff spot. Then everyone else would be fighting over second place, which for Kigalas or Chadbert would put them at 16, which would be pretty good. For Artorious, that would only be enough for 15, which is very precarious.
Yeah, I think all projections are looking towards 16 being the mandatory in. But things can change.
Chadbert has found maybe the same zone that Ryguy was grinding in. Yep, the Red Dragon and Spectre present on that zone. But he ran from the Spectre. Does he not know about it?
May not. Early, apparently it had hurt and sleep or something like that. So it wasn't something you really wanted to kill early on. Now Artorious is back in the zone he was in earlier, which did have the Spectre, I believe. So maybe looking for a couple more levels.
Yeah, it's sleep and weak breath. But yeah, I mean, at this point, you should try it again. Make sure that you know everything that's on the zone you're grinding, in case there is, a hidden gem in there that you don't know about.
Everybody loving these red dragons.
Yeah, the red dragons are this seed's gift to the runners. Although they are still not quite as good as those specters, which now Kigalas is in that same spot that Chadbert is in, but is going to get much, much better yields from it by killing those specters.
Yeah,
And there he
Chadbert
runs
can't
from
do
another one.
others.
Especially when you've seen the enemy in the starting zone, you know it's not going to be that bad.
Artorias is in a different zone now. The gold band definitely not worth it at 17 experience.
It's sort of a grind fest right now, except for Ryguy, who got his grind out of the way earlier, but also leads on experience. It's a coal hunt for him. He's seen just about everything else. Kigalas crests the hill, smashes through the barrier to get to level 13. While Ryguy gets clipped by a metal scorpion but survives the encounter.
Kigalas back up to 14 now. Artorious getting really close to the 13.
Yeah, Artorious unfortunately just stuck on an inferior zone, not knowing about the Red Dragon Spectre zone. And generally the wisdom is like, when you find a good zone, stick with it. Don't go out looking for something better. But here, it would be really good for Artorious if he did. I think it was just his discipline, his diligence, staying on the good zone that he found, keeping him away from this better one. And meanwhile, kind of what the other runners would have to be hoping for is for Ryguy to get majorly lost looking for coal, but it looks like his search is over.
Yep, there it is, bottom right corner, bottom left corner of the map.
We'll get a treasure guard here. Not sure if we saw any potential treasure guard enemies that are bad. Maybe the knight, but the demon knight is delicious.
Yeah,
Runs
it just
away.
runs away.
Doesn't even want to fight. Silver Harp is acquired, and Ryguy is in grind and go, way ahead of anyone else. He's going to open that, I guess, maybe in case it was a fighter's ring.
Yeah, I haven't seen a fighter's ring yet. Ryguy hasn't picked up Dragon Scale. In fact, I think only Chadbert has.
So I think we might be just about to have 4 grinds. 4 simultaneous grinds playing out at the same time. Unless Ryguy is going to go off searching for the Staff of Rain cave. I haven't caught whether we've seen that.
I know we've seen the Rainbow Drop Cave. I haven't seen the Staff of Rain, but I'm pretty sure we have somewhere.
Staff is near Rim, says Schmeik, so Ryguy should know where to go. But he's going to get right on that grind, and we have got thrilling quadra grind action.
Ryguy back to that Red Dragon Inspector zone he knows so well. Kigalas getting lots of Red Dragons here. Artorious, I'm not sure if he's picked up a better zone yet or not. And Chadbert has been in this zone for a while. Still running from the Spectres, unfortunately.
Yeah, Kigalas and Ryguy dead even on experience, but Ryguy basically done with the quest while Kigalas has barely started it. I'm not sure if the tracker is accurate that he doesn't even have Erdrick's token. We did see him all the way in the bottom of Graves, so it'd be surprising if he didn't check that southeast chest, but it's not impossible that he forgot about it, or he got killed by the Magi Wyvern and got scared of it and then forgot to go back. Kigalas in chat saying it is accurate, so yeah, that's a big, big problem for him.
I believe I said earlier he thought he had picked it up.
Yeah, Schmeik pointing out that it's the same zone for everyone, but Ryguy has found it in an area with desert tiles, which are a little better than the hills. They have the same encounter rate, but they don't give you that little stutter when you walk across them, so you move faster, hit more tiles per minute.
Now, Kigalas, despite being down the 3 story items, is pretty much on par for experience with Ryguy, maybe about 400 back, which honestly is like 2 kills.
Yeah, they were basically dead even when Ryguy made it back here to resume his grind after finding all the quest items, but he managed to pull it out a little bit. We might see it trade back and forth just based on, spurts of RNG. But again, there's nothing but open road here for Ryguy, because although Kigalas is almost even on experience points, he is way behind in quest completion.
Chadbert's now on a move, looking for something new.
You have plenty still to find out there, in particular, Cantlin, which everyone else found in the opening minutes, but has eluded Chadbert to this very day.
Artorious saying in chat that he finds a better zone and then leaves, but I think that's the zone that Chadbert was in for a long time.
Yeah, it's that same spot where Kigalas is now. If he doesn't see the Spectre on it, though, he might feel like it's best to go back. The Wraith worth 121. I'm not sure if we saw that before.
Or Artorious gets put to sleep by the Spectre.
But he does now have full zone knowledge, so there's no particular reason why he would go back.
Schmike, I think High Spirits is picking up the other one. Ooh, we've got Hoxton's for Chadbert. I believe this was the Stones?
Yeah, Stones of Sunlight under a Metal Scorpion here in Hawksness, which he should be able to grab momentarily. Looks for that sleep spell, I think, or maybe Hurt More, but doesn't find it. Still a little ways to go. Wasn't it like 19,500 about for level 16?
It's somewhere around there, yeah.
So yeah, these guys, Ryguy and Kigalas, have been at it for a while, and still have over 1,000 to go. Yeah, Kigalas in chat saying he is grinding mainly to get the sleep spell to make those knights and green dragons less threatening, which is a very, very understandable strategy. But also, I mean, just in general, you know, you probably want to have a little cushion, a little extra, considering how many terrible enemies there are in this seed, and they're probably all going to be in Charlock.
I would imagine Knights, Green Dragons, Metal Scorpions should all be down there.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not sure if we've identified any, like, huge agility enemies. Maybe the Warlock could be a problem if you're not repelling. But they were also running away, so you're not too scared of them. It just, you can lose a lot of time and potentially resources, you know, if you get an enemy with super, super high agility and you're not repelling.
Jake Cobra's been paying attention, thinks the Rogue Scorpion, and that does sound familiar. Yeah, should have high agility.
And here's level 16. 3 strength, 2 agility, 34 hit points, no MP. Sleep and hurt more.
And level 17 right away. We get 2 power, 1 speed, 1 hit point, and 1 magic.
That's about 1 kill's worth of stats there. And Ryguy is not satisfied. He is going to keep going. With his position here in the race, he can absolutely afford to.
We've got the MP,
right behind
we've got
him.
the HP, the agility is really low, and strength is barely there.
Yeah, it would be nice to have an excess of agility, just considering the nature of the seed. But 152 HP is really nice. It gives you, having like a really big HP number for the dive just gives you a lot of cushion. Now Kigalas is leaving the grind and hoping to maybe complete his quest and be ready to go on 17 and close it out on 17 before ryguy can get 18. But here's 18 now, so that's not going to happen. Three strength, 3 agility, 1 hit point, 7 MP. That is a little better. An extra heal more, if nothing else.
Yeah, ryguy seems to have enough here.
Although we could definitely see things thrown up into the air in Charlock with these enemies.
Yeah, not to mention DL1 could be an absolute tank in more ways than one.
Yeah, many questions still left to answer. Ryguy is going to complete his trade-ins, get the staff, while Kigalas is going to explore the world, looking for these last few things. Or rather, all of the things besides the sword and the armor.
ryguy gonna save and maybe look to see how much to the next level. Which is another 2,500.
Yeah, that's on the table, but I think you got to give it a try on 18. Maybe if ryguy knew how far in the lead he was, he would go for 19. But with his knowledge, you know, knowing that anyone could be on his heels or ahead of him, I think the fire under you is hot enough that you got to go for it.
Chadbert in Tablet Cave here. Nothing here. I think it was Wings or Fairy Water. Yeah.
Well, the Drakima was worth 258 this whole time. I never even saw that.
Yeah, I saw it on ryguy's screen maybe 10 minutes ago. We haven't seen a whole lot of them on the world, or on the overworld, so not something that's popped up a whole lot for us to notice.
Yeah, Kigalas is actually taking kills on his quest, so he might, well, I would say he'll probably end up with 19 before he's ready to go. Of course, he'll eventually have to go back to Grave to get his token, so who knows how long it could be before he figures that out. And there is the stats of the night, that 225 attack being the standout feature with no powers to blunt it.
Good news is it has very little defense, so once your attack gets high enough, you can take it out in one shot.
Yeah, only 44 hit points to worry about. That's going to be a 2-hit kill pretty much all the time. 1-hit kill most of the time.
Something I didn't notice, apparently Kigalas cast Sleep there, and actually landed it with a 1 in 16.
Oh yeah, I did see him cast Sleep, and yeah, it was 1 in 16, so that could be a dangerous thing, right? Because then you're misled, and you'll try it again, and it won't work the second time.
Oop, Artorious just gets up to level 17 with that grind, and Chadbert just got the coordinates and is now counting out for the sword. Something that the other 3 players have had for at least a half hour now.
Yeah, a really unfortunate situation for Chadbert, but maybe Kigalas' woes with not finding the token will give him a lifeline. The dive has been very smooth for Ryguy, which is not what I expected.
Yeah, bottom floor already here. Has been using fairy water, so I'm assuming he's been repelling majority of things down here.
Yeah, but the scary stuff isn't stuff you repel. We'll see what's on this spike. It could be pretty bad. Oh, there's that knight. He gets away, though. It's
Oh
the
no!
mascot of the seed. The true final boss. Oh, this is bad.
Tries to hurt more, still doesn't kill it.
Yeah, it's gonna take a couple hurt mores at least.
Doesn't really know what to do here.
Processing. He's able to put it to sleep. That's pretty revolutionary.
It's taking a lot of damage. Oh wow.
Oh, finally, it's worth 117. So, you know, can we get the stats for that up on screen for that green dragon? Now that one has gone down. Thank you so much. That's 227 hit points, 199 attack. Thankfully, no real resistances of note.
Well, the Dragon Lord only hitting for 9 doesn't seem too bad.
But you're only hitting him for 3.
Well, gonna throw some fairy water.
We might not be out of the woods here if this Dragon Lord has a lot of HP. It's looking like Ryguy forgot to throw his torch. Tries the hurt spell. That's not going to work.
The worst would be if it has heal more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's what this Dragon Lord needs is heal more. This has to be 1 or 2 points off the absolute max agility because he has 133 attack power. Isn't like a 135 hits metal slimes or something like that? And he's swinging 1 to 3. Yeah, Beta pointing out the possibility of putting on a death necklace for this fight. That would help pretty considerably. But yeah, this Dragon Lord also completely defense broken. Just rolls a miss there.
It has heal.
Nice. It does look like Ryguy is going to get through him here. But is going to be pretty drained by the time DL2 starts.
Yeah, let's hope for a low hit point DL2 here.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's going to need, or else a blocked sleep spell. Meanwhile, the rest of the racers are trying to close the huge gap that Ryguy has built up. No one else even has all the quest items yet.
This is just an endurance test here.
Yep, tickle fight.
Oh, okay, we've got the heal again. It's getting close.
Yeah, the heal can proc when he's below 25%. So it could still be, you know, when you're swinging for 1 to 3, that could still be a lot of swings.
Yeah, looking like a 75% heal, most likely.
Yeah, he's throwing it like crazy. That does help out a little bit because he could hit you up for up to like 5 or 8 with his
Actually,
melees. So that would,
kind of looks like 100% here so far.
yeah, that's all he wants to do. Yeah, that's correct. That it probably took Ryguy less time to dive all of Charlock than it took him to beat that DL1 who just went down, and here's DL2.
Gets stop spell immediately.
That's lucky. Now, if the Dragon Lord is casting Sleep, then he's got a really, really good shot here, but it doesn't look like we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Ryguy was really down on MP to start this fight.
Yeah, if it's a low HP Dragon Lord, less than about 150, 160, he'll probably be okay. But if it's one of those big ones, 200 plus Dragon Lords, he has pretty much no shot here.
Artorious is down in Grave. He must have missed something down there at some point. Hasn't seen the last chest and doesn't know where Cole is. I don't think anyone's seen Cole yet. No, Chadbert has. He's got the harp.
Yeah, that's rough. Going back down Grave looking for that.
Ryguy down to 2 heal mores. And there it is.
And get your GGs out for Ryguy, who will come in first place, get to 17 total points, and will make the playoffs. And no one else, only one other runner even has all of the quest items, and Chadbert has a lot of grinding in his future. Ryguy just absolutely dominated this seed from start to finish.
Yeah, I think finding that early grind zone and getting the sword fairly early on too really helped out there.
Yeah, it was just he got the sword first and then went off and found the great zone, and yeah, I mean that's what you said is correct. But this is not over yet. Kigalas can still get that magic 16 if he's able to finish second. Artorious is in a bit of a bind. If he finishes second, he can still get 15. But as we were saying, 15 is
67
not
red
great.
dragons.
How many green dragons, though?
I didn't look.
49 bonks, 281 attacks, and only a single cast of Hurtmore.
Only a single sleep as well, and I'm pretty sure we saw that pretty late.
Yeah, he did it on the green dragon.
Right, yeah.
Yep. Artorious grabs his harp. He's probably in the best position to finish second here.
Yeah, so he has all the items except for the staff. Chadbert has the rainbow drop. Kigalas still with nothing yet.
Imagine that feeling. You have
goal.
You have 0 quest items and you see somebody finish.
Yeah, that's gotta be rough.
He's not out of it, though. And Artorious is probably going to start on the grind long before Kigalas, or start on the dive long before Kigalas, but there is the possibility that Artorious' dive is less hospitable than Ryguy's.
10 green dragons fought, 1 won, 3 died. So ran from 6. Alright, Chadbert, our second runner into Sharlock.
Yeah, but at level 15, his chances are very remote.
Kigalas saying now he's done every check according to his memory. Has to try to figure out what he missed.
For Chadbert, at 125 attack power, he will not be capable of harming DL1. And at 117 HP, he can't really put on the Death Necklace either. Of course, from his perspective, you know, he saw Ryguy already finished. Maybe he's thinking, oh, this Dragon Lord must be a wimp.
And Dragon Lord 2, kind of.
Yeah, Dragon Lord 2 is pretty weak. It's that DL1 you gotta look out for. Not to mention, I mean, he's not even gonna make it past the Green Dragon without Sleeper Hurtmore. RG is pointing out. Artorious has his Rainbow Drop. Will be diving Sharlock soon. Meanwhile, Kigalas experiencing the worst feeling you can as a runner, not knowing what spot he missed, someone else has already done. It's just, it's the worst case scenario.
Alright, Chadbert coming in hot. Needs this second place in order to get into the playoffs.
I think you would need like 3 critical hits here to get through this green.
It's just going to be a constant heal-more loop. There's not a whole lot you could do here.
Yeah, he's completely locked in. There's no way he can survive 2 hits.
And down.
Yeah, he needed a crit. It was the only way.
Alright, Artorious starting to make a run for it now, dropping the Rainbow Drop.
Yeah, Artorious in a very real position here to make it to the bottom. He's got that 133 attack power, so he can damage DL1, and if he makes the really heads-up play and puts on the Death Necklace before starting DL1, he can get through it quick. But the Metal Scorpion has something to say about that. Gets a sting in.
Metal Scorpions all over this top floor.
It's an infestation, 147 HP, 201 attack. I think we've seen this one before, that 25% stop spell, 75% hurt, the only thing keeping you safe. Man, that's a ton of HP, too. Chadbert has actually opted to grind the Knight in top Swamp Cave, just Swamp Cave, on the spike tile there. It's worth 95, you get him every time. I don't know if this is faster than the Spectre or Red Dragon Zone, but it's reliable.
Yeah, and sometimes the grind comes down to that. If it was more experience, it'd be more worth it. But like you said, every step you're getting it, you're taking it out in one swing.
I remember being in a position kind of similar to what Kigalas is going through right now, where I was playing a practice seed with random chest locations. I think I was racing against Hoodie Two Shoes, and I forgot that the Stones of Sunlight cave was a thing, and I was tilted at my computer going, "The seed is broken. I don't know what to tell you. I've checked everywhere." And Aaron was in my chat and had to not spoil me until I realized it in a flash of divine inspiration.
But have you checked everywhere?
Yeah, as it turns out, I did not. That's Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Dragon Warrior 1 Randomizer does not produce broken seeds, as far as we know.
Alright, Artorious on that green dragon.
Will he think to try sleep? Ooh, that was risky. Could probably have hit him for 73. And there he swings on 13 and gets it. He's through, but he uses his last herb. He's got to use a heal more here.
Still has more than Ryguy winning with, maybe? Or pretty close.
I think it's around the same. He paused there, thought maybe he was thinking of putting on the death necklace, but decided against it and is probably now wishing he did.
Gonna Fairy Water the Dragon Lord.
He's going to throw the stop spell now. That's a big play. And now we wait. Kigalas just completely adrift, looking around everywhere, and ultimately what you end up doing, you've exhausted every other possibility, is rechecking every chest, and that will eventually, it looks like it's finally going to lead him the right way. Yeah, he says in chat, now I've remembered. He's in a position where if this Dragon Lord fight were to go very, very wrong for Artorious, he could potentially swoop in to grab second place. But no particular reason. Artorious already has the Dragon Lord down into heal range, so he should be fine. Puts on the Death Necklace now.
Well, we'll get that bonus attack power for a deal, too.
I like the play. I'm a big fan of the Death Necklace. I like big numbers next to my attack stat.
It's still not really doing a whole lot for deal. Oh, right, it won't do anything for deal 1, of course.
Yeah, it won't apply until the new battle starts.
Alright, deal 1 down.
Artorious should be just fine here. Got lots in the tank, but he misses a stop spell. Is he going to try and set it again, or is he just going to cut his losses? Just going to swing. And opens with a big 20. And follows it up with a meager 11. And back up to 20. These are
There's a
very
token
much
for
on the extremes.
Kigalas.
Yeah, Kigalas finally grabs that token. Still probably in a better position than Chadbert overall. He gave the finger to his camera.
The
I
game was
would
watching.
too, I think. Oh, the game knows. If ever there was a game that was built on a Native American burial ground and is inhabited by evil spirits, it's this one.
Very much.
And get your GGs out for Artorious, who will come in second place. Get up to 15 points. Which is a potential long shot tiebreaker for playoffs. Yeah, I'm trying not to spoil what is already known about the scenarios, but yeah. Since I'm trying to present this race as if it was happening now. And I will point out that even if the tiebreaker race does occur, even if that is likely to occur, you still got to win the thing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fight over one playoff spot, so that could be some major mayhem.
Alright, Chadbert finally hit 16. Still 2 levels down on everybody else.
Yeah, Chadbert that whole time I think wasn't fighting the Spectres, which is just horrible. I guess that night grind looked pretty good when you don't know about the Spectres.
Kigalas almost to the final floor. Blocked by a knight.
He gets punched in the face by it, but thankfully it rolls kind of on the low end of its range, and Kig is able to get away. But here's the Druin Lord. I think this is one of those super high agility enemies that we didn't really see much of in the overworld, because it doesn't look like Kigalas is repelling, but is able to get away from that Druin Lord without too much trouble. And there's the Rogue Scorpion. This is why I'm always of the mind I don't want to walk a single step in a Chaos Sharlock without repelling, because you'll just get stopped, lose so much time to these things that are tickling you. Some of them might have sleep, some of them might have DL2 breath, because that doesn't affect their whether or not they're repelled.
Alright, time for that green.
Goes
with the sleep
straight for the sleep. Huge brain play. Throws Hurtmore does not anticipate the depth of the Green Dragon's hit point pool. Hey, keeps waking up, giving him a hard time here. Chadbert is back in on 17, which might be fine.
That was rough. Kigalas could have got hit for 70 again there that time. And is attacking without healing. Oh no. Okay.
Oh man, gambling on that chance for it to stay asleep. But is probably going to make it to the Dragon Lord here with 11 Healmores, which is the best of anyone.
Kigalas says I'm in spite mode.
Yeah, playing on full tilt.
Another one of our runners using fairy water. I could steal one.
Yeah, why not? You got him. Does he stop spell, though? I'm also noticing that Chadbert has only 130 attack power, which probably is not enough to hit DL1 for more than 1/2 damage on average. Maybe you do 1, maybe like 1 to 2 or 1 to 1. Oh, just wait, says Kigalas, so let's watch.
Alright, Chadbert
He
uses sleep
runs
immediately.
away.
Oh, gonna use the death necklace.
There it is. We've been waiting for someone to
Beta's
try
happy.
this. Death Necklace on DL1. That's going to be mandatory for Chadbert, I think. But he gets through the Green Dragon, no problem. And look at that 7 damage with a swing on DL1. It feels liberating to do that much.
Chadbert has put on the death necklace, but put it on during the fight.
It's for 1 there. We'll see if it's always 1. He's gonna throw all his fairy waters too, rather than running away to set it back up. There, Kigalas sees the heal, will throw a stop spell, misses. Misses again.
Oh no.
This is a drag.
Has the ability to do it without healing because he knows he's not getting hit for a whole lot.
Yeah, now he's down to 8 Healmores. He will be swinging for the fences with that Death Necklace on, so I think he'll still be okay in DL2, but things starting to get a little tight.
Chadbert's still swinging away and getting ones there.
Yeah, it's looking like 1 to 1 is the damage range on 130 attack power.
And got within heal range too.
Yeah, I think he had a good number of fairy waters there. He probably never got... No, he must have a silver shield because he's 85 defense.
Okay, it might actually be 0 to 1 because I think he just missed.
If it isn't, he's been getting really lucky. 255 agility. There you have it, the absolute max. So yeah, you do 130 minus 127 is 3, divided by 2 is 1. Divided by 2 again is 1. So, or is 0. But I don't know exactly how it works in that fringe situation. A 90 HP metal slime with heal, yep.
All right, Kigalas takes down DL2.
And will come in third place. We'll get to 15 points. Join Artorious in that venerable club.
Chadbert still chipping away, using some herbs.
Yeah, chipping away is right. That is chip damage if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, Artorious and Kigalas, you guys are there. If you want to join in the booth, feel free.
So that must be Artorious. GG's Artorious.
Thank you. Yeah, my goal was to get second or better, and I did. So hopefully things shake out.
Yeah, hopefully so. Chadbert's down in heal rage again.
This is just an extraordinary demonstration of determination for Chadbert. Unwilling to give up.
Yeah, this DL1 is definitely something. Fits the seat for sure.
Artorious, did you ever figure out about the Spectres? I wasn't sure in the end.
Yeah, I saw them in the Zone 0, and so was stuck in that very, very inferior grind for way too long. And when I found the zone south of Garenham, I was, kicking myself for not finding something better.
Yeah, that was pretty much the defining feature of your campaign in this seed was oh, what's this from Chadbert? You will all suffer. Not as much as you, Chadbert. We're all having fun over here. Yeah, what I was saying before is Artorious, your run was pretty much defined by your decision to stay on that Zone 0 grind for a long, long time, uh, which is, it was a very disciplined play, but ultimately Ryguy made the call to go out a little sooner, and as I'm sure you just saw,
There's DL1.
cut that sword first. We'll see. Chadbert should be in a pretty good spot here to get through DL2.
Yeah, I had more MP than Ryguy had going in, actually. So I think Chadbert going to be the only player to take him down in 17 as well. Assuming it
Yeah,
takes him down.
it was just that 18 was so close, you might as well grab it. But yeah, 17 looks to be plenty.
But yeah, 255 agility on that DL1.
Ponders the 46. Would have gotten away with it. is tempted by it again, but turns it down. And get your GGs out for Chadbert, who stuck it out, did not let the seed win, and brought it home in 4th place. Unfortunately, 14 points will not be enough, and Chadbert will be going home. But we all got to see that very thrilling DL1 battle, so I think it was all worth it. I think he might be offsides here, but
I think that's the longest DL1 fight I've ever seen, maybe?
yeah, I mean, that's it's about as long as it's gonna get. Yeah, Jay Coper, I know about that. You can go up the stairs and talk to the king upstairs and then talk to him downstairs. I got that once in one of Jouf's special flag sets where you take bonk damage. I didn't have return at the end, so I just bonked myself to death and returned with the death after beating the game. Well, I hope Beta appreciates it.
125 HP.
HP. Yeah, it's no problem. Yeah, no one in the seat ever killed more than that one green dragon. That was just poetic, having it there on the spike.
I did try to kill one on the overworld, but I think I did like 150 damage, and I was like, okay, I'm not wasting any more resources on this, and ran.
Yeah, I think Ryguy fought one to the death right after he got the big jump to level 15, and yeah, that's fighting the green dragon to the death in this seed usually means getting killed by the green dragon. There it is one more time, so that we never forget. Decent dodge chance too, 11 and 64. Yeah, as RG is saying, they were absolutely everywhere on many zones.
Yeah, so I guess it's time to practice tiebreaker flags and hope for the best from tomorrow.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, if that tiebreaker ends up happening, that's going to be exciting. I'm also potentially, I'm a 13 pointer, so if I finish 3rd in my race tomorrow, I could be in that same boat. In fact, if I finish 3rd, well, if you don't know how the other race turns out, then click away now. But if I get 3rd tomorrow, then it's guaranteed that there's a tiebreaker.
All right. Well, if oh no, Artorious, go ahead. I saw your loot up there.
No, I was just going to thank everyone for throwing this on. It's always fun to have comms out for a race and see what everyone does. So thank you, Cyberdark, Quinn, Archie, and Shahali. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. Yeah, thanks, Cyberdark, RG, and Shahali. You guys did great.
Yeah, agreed. It was a good race to watch, and everyone is in chat. Stick around in like 7 minutes. High Spirits is going to be back streaming here, showing another race. I think Group 6.
Yeah, and that's the one with all the guys who are absolutely on the bubble. That's the must-win group. So I think it is, at least. So that should be pretty exciting.
Indeed. So I'm going to cut stream here, step away for a couple minutes. I may be back in the commentary booth shortly with Aaron, but we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. Again, stick around.